Alright, it's shower time. We are going to waterproof our cement board with this Red Guard paint waterproofing membrane, but before we get to this, we have to tape all of our seams, so this will just help waterproof all the cracks in the cement board. So we're just using this cement board tape, and I'm going to put that over all the seams, and I think I'm going to put it all over all the screw holes as well, because I've seen people do that just to waterproof everywhere that there was screws. So let's do that. I can't reach my scissors. Alright, I just taped off the whole shower. I'm gonna try my best not to get our paint on our beautiful ceiling or floor. And honestly, we should have taped off the shower pan earlier. Our shower pan is disgusting from us working in here, and it's easy to clean, like it's just dirt, it wipes off. But still, it would have been way easier to just peel the plastic off. So, if you manufacture shower pans, you should put like a peely plastic on them so that they stay clean until you're ready to peel them off. You know what I mean? That would be nice. Because our shower pan's kind of gross now that we've been working. Anyways, time to paint. Alright, my first coat is just about dry. My method was basically to go over all of my seams and edges with the brush first and then do the big areas with the roller. The roller obviously is a lot faster and easier, but the brush was great for all the little spots. I'm going to do a second coat now. The second coat goes on perpendicular to the first coat. So I did my first coat horizontal. I'm going to do my second coat vertical lines, and I'm probably going to do, ooh, my timer. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 or 4 coats until I run out. I read somewhere that you want the thickness to be about as thick as a credit card, which is very thick, and this stuff goes on pretty thick, so I'm gonna just keep going.
Mortar time! We are going to be tiling both the shower and the backsplash in the kitchen, so right below the windows to the countertop. And these are our backsplash tiles. They are 4 inches each, which is a little inconvenient because it's a 7 3/4 inch gap. So I'm going to be taking half of them and cutting a 1/4 inch off, which is a little annoying, but at least we know the cut we need to make. The shower tiles, we're going to have to hold off and make them kind of as we get to the different points, and we're going to have to do along the curve. So we're going to do these first because it's more straightforward, and hopefully we can get everything how we know how to do it, and then we'll be experts by the time we get to the shower. So we have this tile cutter. It's a very basic cutting wheel on a slide that we can score it, and then it has a little presser thing that'll snap them. So we have that for all of these straight cuts, and for some of the more interesting cuts, we did get a diamond edge smooth like tile cutting wheel for the angle grinder, so that'll help us clean up some other stuff and get the other cuts in.
So we're stopping for the day. We tiled the first row of the shower and quickly realized that our thin set was getting way too dry. The tiles weren't sticking at all. So we've got 5 tiles up that seem like they stuck well, and we took the rest down and cleaned off the mortar and threw it out, and we're gonna start again tomorrow. So we're both feeling a little frustrated, but we're going to work in smaller sections tomorrow and add more water to our thin set, and hopefully it goes better. but it started. All right, day 2. Spirits are a little bit higher today. Let's tile this shower.
We've been going kind of fast to try to get everything before the mortar settles, but we are almost done with the first wall. We've been negotiating the curve by just cutting straight across the top of each of them, and then we're just going to be putting some sort of caulk or sealant at the top of that, so I think it looks pretty good. Emily's been a tiling machine in there. I've just been manning all the cuts for her.
I need another box.
And she needs more boxes of tiles. Yeah. A one-handed delivery for my tiling queen. I also created our first display piece for our front cabinet here out of a broken piece of tile and some extra cement. I call it the nose. So that will permanently be sitting there above the driver's seat as art. Either that or it's going to get thrown away. One wall down, on to the next. This one's going to be more interesting because we have our little porthole. We have the shower control lever and the shower head itself that I'll have to go in, so our cuts have to be a little more creative.
But we're pros now, and look at this cut that Gavin just did.
All angle grinder.
Wow! Amazing! So do your easy wall first so you get practice, because this is good. This is good stuff.
It pays to grind everything.
Is that what they say?
You know how my solution to everything has been to use the angle grinder? It's all paid off.
Good morning, it is day 4 of tiling, and we're not tiling. We are installing some of these gas struts in our cabinet doors so that they'll stay open like this. Woo! Because currently, I hold them open like this. And it works. It's just not ideal. My head kind of hurts when I do it, so. Gas struts.
I just use one hand and hold it open.
Yeah, but sometimes you've got like lots of stuff you're putting in, whatever. They make life better for me. So we're doing it. But they're a little bit annoying and there aren't really instructions. You just kind of have to figure out.
Showing them you're on your toes.
Oh. They're a little bit annoying and the instructions are very good. So we're just kind of figuring it out as we go. And the first one worked pretty well, so we have 5 more to go.
I love the instructions. They say, please don't use lubricating oil or similar things. Please put the fixing plates well aligned on the stuff. Thank you. Thank you for telling us not to put stuff on the stuff and using things.
So we gave our thin set a full 24 hours to cure and dry before we grouted. I'm gonna start grouting the kitchen. Right now, Gavin is finishing up cleaning all of the extra mortar off of the tiles in the shower, and then we'll do that next.
Yes.
Good morning. We are waiting for our grout to cure for the next couple days, so we're just going to install our shower fixtures. We've got our valve trim kit and then our shower arm to install, and it literally just screws into the valve that we installed. It seems pretty straightforward, so hopefully we're doing it right.
Our shower arm is on. We were worried because in our trial runs, I could really only tighten it so that it was facing up this way, but we have some extra Teflon tape on it, we have some thread sealer on it, and it's a little marked up because I had to use a wrench, but I was able to rotate it the last quarter turn or so it needed. So it should be tighter than it was in any of our trials. It has more stuff sealing it, and so even though we can't see it, we're pretty confident that it won't be leaking back there. Now we just need to attach the shower head.
Woo!
So that's it.
There's your shower. You're looking right into the eye of the sun.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Take the plastic off. Can we take the plastic off?
Oh, are we gonna take it off the fridge and other appliances too?
I don't know. We could. While we let our grout cure for the next couple of days, we're gonna work on some other finishing projects. I'm not sure if I've showed you guys our entryway yet, but I put on this nice peel and stick tile and these entryway mats. And now we're adding a seat.
The perfect fit for our entryway. Cue shots from 2 years ago when we picked this out from a junkyard. Alright, we are here at a junkyard out in Frederick, Maryland, seeing if we can find a passenger seat.
This one's got a Sprinter manual in it, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
You guys, I found a treasure unopened. Put you back where I found you.
Look, I also found a treasure.
What is it? Oh no.
It's poop.
All right, we might have found our seat. This 2000 Chevy Silverado's got the seatbelt built in, which is what we want.
We don't want to have to try to build our own pole to attach the seatbelt, so if it's self-contained, that's perfect for us.
And it doesn't have any cat poop on it.
And no cat poop. Wow. So that's where we found this seat, and so it's finally time for us to put it in. We know that it's a little bulky, and we're gonna have to deal with it. It's a nice comfy seat, and we're trying to position it as best we can so that we can slide it forward and tuck it out of the way for the most part, so that our entryway really is still gonna be big enough to use. It's not quite as pretty at the top as Emily would like, but in order for us to be able to ride together, I mean, it's life on the road. We want to be able to ride comfortably and together. So for now, this is going to be our solution to that. Now that we're done with all of the big construction stuff and carrying big stuff in, we can make our entryway a little more narrow, and it's perfectly accessible for the two of us.
Yeah, and they do make really nice like bench seats that fold up and out of the way, but they're very expensive. So this is our solution. And we're the only two people who are going to be going in and out of the bus for the most part anyways, so as long as it works for us, it's fine.
We'll try to make it more pretty. We'll paint some stuff, we'll make some seat covers. It'll look good by the end. After marking the holes on the top of these wooden spacers that we have for the seats, I've drilled through them to make pilot holes. So now I have holes marked on our floor, and that will tell me where to drill through, because we're going to put bolts all the way through the seat, the spacer, and the bottom of the bus so that everything is super secure and safe. So I've just drilled my pilot hole and I stuck this little flag through so I can go underneath the bus and see where the holes are coming out. Make sure I'll be able to access them to put nuts and bolts and stuff through there. I don't have all the nuts that I need yet, but Now that I have those dry fitted on the floor, I'm just going to take the nuts off of the top and see if I can slide the seat into place, because then we'll know how well I did. What are we missing? That's it.
Alright, so it's time to put some finishing touches on the shower. The framing of our shower wall at the ends is just exposed studs right now, so I just cut out 2 pieces of sanded plywood that are just going to be the little end caps. I already screwed in the one on this side. It looks pretty neat. And then we're just going to obviously like wood fill and paint, but put a nice bead of caulk all the way down between the tiles and the wood, and then our shower curtain will be in the tiles, so the wood will be outside of the shower curtain and hopefully won't get wet. And if it does, it won't get that wet. So that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna do that to this side.
Alright, that's it. That's the bus.
The bus is pretty much complete. The shower is done and the passenger seat is installed and it works well. We just dropped off the bus this morning to get its Pennsylvania inspection done, and once that all passes, we'll be ready to move in.
Yeah, so it might be a few days until we get that back. There's some like minor things we wanted them to take care of, like redirecting the exhaust so it's not melting our motorcycle tire. But hopefully we'll have that soon. We'll be packed up and hitting the road.
Yeah, so maybe next week's video we'll be living in the bus, and we'll see you guys then.
Yeah, see you soon.
Love
Bye.
you.
Love you.